Hare Krishna, everyone. Dandavat Pranam. Uh, I think Sanya Mataji, you have volunteered to do kirtan today. So, uh, meanwhile others are joining, you can start with kirtan.
Right away?
Yeah.
Sure. I won't be able to screen share. Can I just start?
You will be singing a bhajan, or
Yes.
okay. You be sharing screen, or should I?
If you could do that, please. I'm not able
Okay,
to do that right now.
okay,
It's Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya.
okay. Just give me a second.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm sharing. Sanya Mataji, you can start.
Gurudev Kripa Bindu Diya Koro Dase Trinapekhati Hina Sakale Sahane Baladiya Koro Nijamani Sprihahina Sakale Samane Korite Shakati Deho Natha Jatha Jatha তবে তো গাইব হরিনাম সুখে অপরাধ হবে হাতা কবে হেন কৃপা লভিয়ায় জানা কৃতার্থ হইবে নাথা শাকতি বুদ্ধিহীনা আমি অতি দীনা করে মোরে আত্মা সাতা যোগ্যতা বিচারে কিছু নাই পাই তোমার করুণা সারা করুণা ন হইলে কান্দিয়া কান্দিয়া প্রাণ না রাখিব আরা গুরুদেব কৃপা বিন্দু দিয়া করই এই দাসে তৃণপেক্ষাতিহীনা Gurudev, O spiritual master, give to this servant just one drop of mercy. I am lower than a blade of grass. Give me all help. Give me strength. Let me be as you are without desires or aspirations. I offer you all respects, for thus I may have the energy to know you correctly. Then, by chanting the holy name in great ecstasy, all my offenses will cease. When will such mercy fall to this one who is weak and devoid of intelligence? Allow me to be with you. If you examine me, you will find no qualities. Your mercy is all that I am made of. If you are not merciful unto me, I can only weep and I will not be able to maintain my life. Bhakti Vinod Thakur ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Next is we have class by His Grace Giridhari Govind Prabhu. I think uh, he is yet to join. So if anyone wants to continue with Kirtan for some more time. Okay, so
Um, should I start?
yes, Mataji, you can continue with the Kirtan.
Sachi Satashtakam. नवगौरवरं नवपुष्पसरं नवभावधरं नवलस्य परं नवहास्यकरं नवहेमवरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं नवप्रेमयुतं नवनीतशुचं नववेशकृतं नवप्रेमरसं नवधा विलसच्छुभप्रेममयं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् हरिभक्तिपरं हरिनामधरं करजाप्यकरं हरिनामपरं नयने सततं प्रणयाश्रुधरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं सततं जनता भवतापहरं परमार्थपरायणलोकगतिम् नवलेहकरं जगतपहरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं निजभक्तिपरं प्रियचारुतरं नटनर्तननागर राजकुलं कुलकामिनि मानसलास्यकरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरम् करतालवलं कलकण्ठरवं मृदुवाद्यसुवीनकयमधुरं निजभक्तिगुणावृतनाट्यकरं प्रणमामि सचीसुतगौरवरं युगधर्मयुतं पूर्णनन्दसुतं धरणीसुचित्रं भवभावुचितम् तनुध्यानुचितं निजवासयुतं प्रणमामि सचीसुत गौरवरम् अरुणं नयनं चरणं वसनं वदने स्खलितं स्वकनामधरं कुरुते सुरसं जगतजीवनं प्रणमामि सचीसुत गौरवरम्. Is Prabhu here? Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya ki jai. Okay, I
Uh,
guess Prabhu is not here. Should I read the translation?
yes, yes, Mataji.
Okay, right. Um, or can someone else read? Is that possible?
Let me
I
read.
can read it if
Thank
it's
you.
fine.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
His complexion is the hue of fresh cream tinged with kumkum. He is the ever fresh Cupid who shoots arrows of newly blossoming flowers. He bears newer and newer moods of emotional ecstasies. He's fond of performing noble dances. He makes every new jokes that cause Prabhuji, you have yeah. He makes every new jokes that cause much laughter. His brilliant luster is like freshly cast gold. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He's endowed with ever fresh love of Godhead. His radiant luster is like the color of fresh butter. His fresh attire is arranged in ever new fashions. He relishes every new mellows of love for Krishna. He shines in ninefold new ways while executing the ninefold process of devotion. He is permeated with a most auspicious loving nature. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is absorbed in devotion of Sri Hari. He maintains the chanting of the names of Hari. While chanting, he counts the holy names on the fingers of his hands. He is addicted to the name of Hari. He always has tears of loving welling in his eyes. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is always removing the suffering of material existence for mankind. He is the goal of life for persons who are dedicated to their supreme trust. He inspires men to become like honeybees, eager for the honey of Krishna Prem. He removes the burning fever of the material world. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He who motivates pure devotion unto himself, who is most attractive to his beloved servitors. By his dramatic dance, he exhibits the characteristics of the king of Paramars. He causes the minds of beautiful young village women to dance. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He plays kartals as his throat emits sweet melodious sound, and the vibrant notes of veena and softly are softly played. He thus inspires the devotees to perform dramatic dancing that is infused with aspects of his own devotional service. I bow down to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. He is accompanied by the Sankirtan movement, which is the religious practice for the age of Kali. He is the son of Nanda Maharaj, come again. He is the extraordinarily brilliant ornament of the earth. His preaching mood is suitably adapted to the cycle of birth and death. His consciousness is fixed in meditation of his own form of Krishna. He is always accompanied by his transcendental abode. I bow to Gora, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. His eyes, the soles of his feet, his clothing are reddish like the color that heralds the rising sun. As he utters his own names, his voice falters. He awakens a sweet flavor to life throughout the universe. I bow down to Gaura, the beautiful son of Mother Sachi. Go back to more bhajans by Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya or all Vaishnavacharyas. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Okay. Uh, we have a class by His Grace Giridhari Govind Prabhu, and I hope I everyone would know who is Prabhuji. Prabhuji is engaged in so many services uh, in our group, as well as uh, with Rasika Mataji and Govind Charan Prabhuji. So yeah. Over to you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Aman Prabhu, and thank you all the devotees who have joined. So I've been asked to speak on the topic of Kirtanam. So let me first start by chanting some Mangalacharan. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Indradumna Swaminiti Namine Nama Prabhupada Priyadasaya Jagannath Yatrananda Murtaya Bhakta Sukhaya Krishna Utkirtanena Narsimhena Rakshitaya Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunya Dipaschat Desh Tarini Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaurtusha Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanuste Devi Paramami Haripriya जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Just give me 1 minute. I need to quickly adjust my seat. So, Kirtanam means what? And we'll just try to keep this uh, conversational rather than just me speaking. We all can engage, we all can have a discussion, um, and that way it's not just one way. And if possible, uh, to make it more personal, if you all can turn on the video, that will be great. If you are working somewhere and have some restrictions, then it's fine. Otherwise, it's good to. I just don't want to like look at the screen and names so that I know there are some whom with I'm interacting. If not, then I'll just continue. So if possible, you can speak. You can have discussion. That way we'll keep it conversational. Hare Krishna. So Kirtanam means what? Uh, Anyone would like to speak, or what does
It's part
Kirtanam?
of the Navavadi Bhakti, and also the this it's the forgot what it's called for this age. It's the recommended
Mm-hmm.
process.
Yes. Good. Yes, it's the recommended Kirtanam. Uh, Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangas Param Vrajet. Yes, it's the Kaler Doshnite Rajan Asti Ek Mahan Guna Kirtanadeva Krishnasya Mukta Sangas Param Vrajet. Right? So that is the uh, in this age, Shukadeva Goswami says there are many shortcomings, but oh my Lord, oh my King, there's one good thing in the Kali, that Kirtan, only by just by um, vibrating your tongue, you can get mukti. Yes, Namras Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guru.
Hare
The
Krishna.
definition I heard from Srila Gurudev is it's the complete glorification of Krishna
Yes, it's
in any way.
glorification. Mhm. Kirti, yeah, like we say in Hindi, right? Kirti Gana, iski Kirti. So that's how the word Kirtanam is defined. Like glorification of Lord is Kirtanam. Yes, Aman Prabhu.
Yeah, same answer, Prabhuji, as Namras Prabhu.
Mhm.
Glorification of the Lord by singing, by speaking about the Lord.
Mhm. Good. You mentioned two things, by singing and by speaking about singing, meaning by maybe. So that's what I have here. Let me quickly share my slide. I have a presentation, but I'll just not share the presentation all the time. This is Kirtanam. So then I have this slide here. What Aman Prabhu said is a visual representation of that. Kirtanam is like singing the names of Lord, chanting the names of Lord, or it means the chanting the glories of the Lord. Both are considered Kirtanam. What's the most famous shloka from Bhagavatam that comes to your mind when we speak about Kirtanam? Anyone? What's the most famous shloka? Not Namras Prabhu. I know he'll answer it. This is a dolly for him.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Taradam Vishnu. Now with our
Y-
Vishnu.
Yes. Now Vida Bhakti. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam Iti Pumsam Vishnu Bhaktischena Nava Lakshana Kriyeta Bhagavati Adya Tan Manye Dhitam Uttamam. That means what? That these are the nine process: hearing and chanting all the transcendental holy names, forms, qualities, Nam, Rup, Gun, Lila, paraphernalias, and pastimes of Lord Vishnu, remembering them, serving the lotus feet of the Lord, offering the Lord respectful worship with 16 type of paraphernalias, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord one's best friend, surrendering unto him, in other words, serving him with mind, body, and words. These nine processes are accepted as pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to service of Krishna through these nine processes should be understood to be most learned person. He has acquired complete knowledge. This is the translation. And perhaps you can correct me if I'm wrong. The purport given for this shloka, this is 7, 5, 23, 24. I have not seen any purport from Prabhupada this long. Maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I have not come across any purport um, of any verse Prabhupada has given any bigger than this, that this just keeps on going, because he explains in detail all the 9 processes, and then like it's like 7-8 pages of purport in, right, Namras Prabhu, or is there any other purport bigger than this?
Indeed, one of the longest projects.
One of the longest?
Yeah, because Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela has many, and even first.
Many. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, Bhagavatam has this one, right? Yeah.
yes, one of the really longest. I remember I was in Puri when I read this in 21 or 22, and it took me 2 days to read, like in 2 sittings, the entire.
Yes. Yeah. So, and in this, I have a visual representation also for this thing. What Prabhupada says, like, you see a man. So this material world is called Durg, like it's a fort of Durga. And these are the 9 gates. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? I used AI to make this. And these 9 doors, any one of them, if you open, then you are set to release. All of them you can perform, or even if you perfect and even one of the limbs of this devotional service, if you perform, then you can get out of this material, mm, the the cage that we are under right now. Mm, of course, 1%, I mean 99.9% will not even agree that they are. What kind of cage are you talking? We are free. We are able to do whatever we want. Whatever, why are you calling us that we are prisoners and all that? But only few know that this material world is a cage, because this body in itself is a cage. Our soul is, even though I don't want to accept another body or another life, I'm yet, by the force of, by the material nature, I've been put into another womb of mother and another kind of body. I don't know which one we are going to get next. I'm going to get next. But if we do not perfect, if we do not awaken the love of God in our heart, then full extent, then we are not going to, because that means you have attachment to this material world. You, like one time Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev said, uh, materialistic people still try to enjoy in this material world, thinking that there are still hopes. They still have hopes that they'll get enjoyment. This material world is kind of a mirage, in the sense that it looks like there is happiness. It looks like our wishes are going to fulfill. It looks like I'm going to get happy. But as soon as you get, first of all, if you don't get that, you're anxious. But if you get that, then also you're anxious that you lose the taste. Like maybe it's a high paying job one is looking for, or is looking for a house, or a life partner, or a car, or whatnot. Um, we think that if I get this thing, then my life is set. Like um, I meet, I mean, I'm meeting some people here who was unmarried. They said, प्रभु जी शादी होगी ना, लाइफ सेट हो जाएगी. मैं बोला तेरे को नहीं पता क्या सेट होगा तेरा शादी के बाद. Not to scare you, just a joke, but yeah, it's a good thing to get married also. So yes, we think that life will get set. But Prabhupada said this is not a place to set. Material world is like a, Prabhupada said, material world is like a toilet. You you finish your job and you go as soon as possible out of it. So you finish, don't want to, don't, I mean, the more you try to stay in this material world or try to enjoy, like think about this. If a boat wants to go from one shore to other shore, it cannot reach the other shore until it has left this shore. It has to leave this shore first, then only it will go. So until unless we are done, we are like, no, we prioritize Krishna, Maya is going to keep us here busy, because she wants only the serious ones to go to that side of the shore. So she keeps us busy here through the medium of mind, and everyone is looking for love. So they look for love in and there are high expectations because Satchit Ananda, and because they think that I'll get happiness from this person, I'm get happiness from that thing, this thing, that thing. That happiness is never achieved, and it just keeps on postponing, postponing, and postponing. So here is the way. Here there is a way that's given. Okay, awaken the love of Godhead. By how? Because you cannot do matter in this age of Kali. People are not having that much concentration. They cannot uh, concentrate on things more than 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So that was the a that was happening in the age of Satyug. Krite yadhyayatum Vishnum Tretayam yajato makai Dwapare paricharyayam Kalauta Dhari Kirtana. So Krite means Satyug, there was the process of doing dhyana. Krite yadhyayatum Vishnum Tretayam yajato. Tretayug, there was the process of yagya. Dwapare paricharyayam, Archa Vigraha Seva was there in Dwapar Yuga. And Kalauta Dhari Kirtana. Two things you do in Kali Yuga. I mean, one thing that is Kirtana, Kalauta Dhari Kirtana. Only Kirtan, Kirtan of the Lord. Glorification of Lord and chanting his holy name. Prabhupada says in one of the purports, I'll share that. Let me share the purport with you. I'm opening it. Yeah, here. Everyone able to see my screen? This is the purport. In this purport, Prabhupada says, okay, I'm not able to find it here. Let's see if I have in presentation. I have it here. Even if one is able to. Yeah, even if one is able to perform other devotion, one must adopt the chanting of holy name. One must adopt to the chanting of holy name. Yeah, here. Where was it? Yeah, this one. So, therefore, even if one is able to perform other process of devotional service, one must adopt to chanting the holy name as the principal method of advancing in spiritual life. Prabhupada says chanting is the primary method, that is kirtanam, right? That falls under kirtanam. Even though there are 9 processes, but if you perform chanting, that's that covers everything. It's the principal method of advancing. You make leaps and bounds in advancing towards your spiritual life. That's what Prabhupada is saying. And we can see, I mean, phalena parichiyate, right? Srila Gurudev also says that if you really chant intense, there is an intense chanting, and if you do nice japa, then it automatically nitya siddha Krishna prem sadhe kabunay shravanadi shuddha chitte kariye uday. Like this shravanadi, this love of Godhead is, you chant and you listen, you chant and you listen. Nitya siddha, the dormant love of Godhead, which is in every living being's heart. There's no other, you cannot buy from market. You can just chant and hear, and then that love dormant is awakened in your heart. That's the only process. So, and that's Kirtanam. Um, there's a shlok that comes, Rupa Goswami has written it. Sharanam Kirtana, no, not this one. Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshita. Okay, so here is one trivia I'll play with you. Okay, so Parikshit Maharaj got liberation just by hearing, correct? By hearing the glories of Lord. Who got liberation, or who achieved perfection just by doing kirtanam? Can anyone give the answer?
Tukaram.
Tukaram, yes, good answer. Anyone else?
Sukadev Goswami. Sukadev
Shukadeva
Goswami.
Goswami, yes, good, good. Shukadeva Goswami. In this verse, Arupa Goswami talks about Shukadeva Goswami, but yes, Tukaram is also right. And okay, let's do this for every limb then. Smaranam, who did, who's the Acharya of Smaranam? Who
Prahlad
achieved
Maharaj.
perfection? Yes, Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes, yes.
Gajendra.
Gajendra, yes. Good, good. Any other? Yeah, I think that's it. Padasevanam, anyone? Yes, Namaras Prabhu.
Lakshmi Devi.
Yes, Lakshmi Devi, that's true. Ar yes, Archanam, Archanam is Prithu Maharaj. It said he did all his, used his all his royal possessions in order to offer them in pure devotional service to Lord. Vandanam, who offered like, whose obeisances is most talked
Is,
about?
is it is it Bali Maharaj, Prabhuji?
Mm,
That would be
Bali Maharaj.
Atmanivedanam, right?
Yes, that would be Atmanivedana. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It comes in 10th canto. Mm,
Akrurji.
yes. Akrurji, the way he enters and then he offers obeisance, he basically rolls in the dust of Vrindavan. So that's Akrurji. And Dasyam, this is an easy one.
Hanuman.
Hanuman, yes. He's the Acharya of Dasyam. Sakhyam,
Madhumangal.
Arjun.
Madhumangal,
Arjun.
Arjun, yes, Arjun. And Atmanivedanam was already mentioned is Bali Maharaj. He dedicated his entire kingdom, all his wealth, as well as his body to Vaman Dev. So Rupa Goswami has written this verse. Shri Vishnu, now I'll show you the verse. Shri Vishnu Shravane Parikshit Bhavat Vaiyasaki Kirtane Prahlad Smarane Tad Adu Bhuje Lakshmi Prithu Pujane Akrur TV Abhivandane Kapipatir Dasye. Kapipatir means is Hanuman. Tam Sakhya Arjunam Sarvaswatman Nivedanam Balir Bhuta Krishnat Patir Esham Paramam. So this is one shloka. Prabhupada speaks about this shloka in a class, so that's how I got this. So moving on. So that's about Kirtanam. Now, one may say, why should I chant? What is in there for me? What is it in there for me? Because we already discussed that's the that's the bona fide process in this age of Kali. And our Upanishad also, Kali Santaran Upanishad, which is the Upanishad for this age, it says, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Iti Shodashakam Namanam Kali Kalmashanashanam Nata Parataropaya Sarva Vedeshu Drishyate. That the 16 syllable word, not word, this 16 words, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, especially meant for countering the contaminations of Kali, to save oneself from the contaminations of Kali. There is no alternative in all Vedas except the chanting of these 16 words. So Prabhupada says that we just have to do two things. We just have to Atha Krishna Namadi na bhavet grahyam indriye Syanmukhe jivado swayam eva spurad adha. That this tongue should be used for two things, just for taking Krishna Prasad and then chanting the glories of Lord and chanting the names of Lord. That's how you awaken. It's so, sometimes it says that Krishna consciousness is so simple that one may even think that this is not a recommended, or this not a, I mean, I'll give you example. W- Whenever I'm sick and someone tells me take homeopathic medicine, uh, or I am a bit hesitant to take homeopathic. Why? Because how can something so sweet and so tasty cure me? I mean, medicine has to be bitter. It has to give me some pain. It has to do something. I mean, it has to not taste good. Then only it feels like, oh, something is happening in the body. Something it will cure definitely. But people do get cured by homeopathy, and it also deals with your mind. Actually, I don't know. Maybe if you don't have faith in it, it will not work. That's how some people told me homeopathy. So never worked on me. Never works on me. And it just like after having prasadam, we take, there are sometimes sweet mouth fresheners. It tastes like that. It so tastes good. Sweet balls, right? So that's how Krishna consciousness is. But in this, I homeopathy, I'm not sure if it works or not. It's still question mark for me. But Krishna consciousness still is definitely works, because sometimes it feels that it's so subtle. How can it even work, right? But it does work. It does work, because we all, otherwise how would we have these examples? We have examples, not even these are from Bhagavad, but we have examples from our day-to-day life. We see till today. I mean, um, Sanay Mataji mentioned Tukaram Maharaj. That happened like 400-500 years ago. A Lord personally came in his airplane and took him, and it's still happening. Devotees uh, are those who are always engaged in service of Lord. We see that happening in front of our eyes. It happens. How so many big sannyasis in ISKCON, they, from their life we can see, and from our Srila Gurudev's life, how Lord personally is involved, and how this process is, this Krishna consciousness is is reciprocal. Krishna himself speaks about it, says, ये यथा मां प्रपद्यन्ते तांस तथैव भजामि हम मम वर्तमानो वर्तन्ते मनुष्य पार्थ सर्वशः. That Krishna is ready. He is full on ready to advance to our side. But he says, I'll come. I'll only come this much. I mean, the amount you surrender to me, the amount you advance towards me, that much I'll come. So it's good and bad. Why? Because if we don't advance, he'll not come. But if we advance, the faster we advance, the soon, like in front of mirror. If you are in the front of mirror, you are 10 feet away. If you are 10 feet away and you don't move at all, you'll always stay 10 feet away. But if you quickly move towards it, you'll quickly, you and your shadow will quickly meet. So that's how it is. So the onus lies on us. The ball is in our court. I mean, the only thing I think we should say that the ball is in our court. What we have to uh, what is it called? Increase our endeavor, upbeat. We have to increase our endeavor. We have to be more sincere in our practice. Chanting, if performed, how to chant and all. We have to chant attentively, because if we don't chant attentively, then it's an offense. So we have to make sure, because most of the advancement happens if you see big preachers in ISKCON, they're chanting, Srila Gurudev's chanting. They have mastered. So daily art of chanting. Daily we should have a fixed time early. If you chant in the Brahma Muhurat, that's the best, because there are no distractions, and you can focus. No one, keep away phone. That's the new form of Maya that has come. Chant early in the morning. Chant minimum 16, and if possible more than 16. Some time ago, one brahmachari was telling me, if we are still chanting 16 rounds, that means we haven't got taste, or we haven't advanced. So if we still chanting 16, then something to introspect, should try to increase also. And then you will see how Krishna will facilitate just by chanting, how Krishna will make things happen, how he will reciprocate. It's kind of magical, because Krishna consciousness is reciprocal. So Krishna will reciprocate. And consider like this. There's an electric wire going above my head. Let's say like from this distance, like 1 feet. And I touch it with, and the wire is carrying a voltage of 10,000 volt. You know, when we go to railway station, it says caution 20,000 volt and all that. So if it is going 20,000, it's just 1 feet over my head, what will happen to me? Can anyone tell? What happens if the 20,000 volt electric wire goes on top of my head? What would happen to me?
As long as you're not in contact, you won't be electrocuted.
Correct. Yes. 1 minute, I'm getting a call again. So, yeah, but if I get in 1 minute. But what if I get in contact with that wire and I touch it with a wooden stick? What will happen to me?
Since it is insulator, you won't get electrocuted, even though you touch with the
Yeah, yeah,
denim.
yeah. It will it will not happen. So those 20,000 volt of wires are nothing but the the mercy that's flowing on top of our head right now through the parampara, through Gurudev, through Prabhupada, through all the previous acharya. That is how much mercy that's flowing on top of our head. And it's up to us to tap onto it or be just sitting here. If I can just tap on it, let's say if I take a rod and then the current would start flowing. So that current is nothing, it's not a current of like 20,000 volts, it's a mercy that will flow through us. The blockage is from our side. The blockage is not from anyone's side. We are the problem here. Not we, as in I'm just speaking about myself. You all are doing good, but I'm just talking about myself that I am the problem here because I do not perform my sadhana well. There is so much of work that needs to happen within ISKCON and so much of things that can happen. But I am not made an instrument because I have not purified myself. The sooner we purify ourselves, the sooner we will be of some service. Otherwise, how can we be of any service? So it's time that we become serious in Krishna consciousness and tap onto that energy that's going. So this is one picture I again generated through AI. So this is the ocean. This is the ocean of nescience. And we all are having a boat in the form of a body, and we are sitting in the form of soul. From one body, one boat to other boat to other boat to other boat. This ocean, I'm just traveling in this ocean of material world. From one boat to another to another to another. And middle of the ocean, this thought should is terrifying because we're just it's never ending. We are just rowing our boat from one place to another to another. Like these boats are empty boats are nothing but they are different kind of bodies that are awaiting for us based on our karma at the end. So these are just awaiting for our this body to end, and then we'll move to this body, then we'll move to this body, then we'll move to this body. But then there's a very nice shloka in Srimad Bhagavatam which Prahlad Maharaj says, and which this shloka will end. Naivod paraduratya vaitaranyas twadvirya gayanam maham amritamagna chitta soche tato vimukha chetasa indriyartha maya sukhaya baham udvahato vimudhan. So here he's talking about gayanam. In essence, what this shloka means is that this is the prayers Lord Narsim, Prahlad Maharaj is offering to Narsimdev to pacify him, 7,943. So he says, my Lord, I am not afraid about, uh, I am not at all afraid about material existence or whatever. I am fully absorbed in your thoughts and glories. Gayanam. He says Gayanam. Why? I am not afraid because I have learned the art of glorifying you. I have learned the art of singing your glories. That's why I'm not afraid. That's why I know that I'll cross over this material ocean. But then the later part he says, I'm afraid about these vimudas, these rascals and fools who have made elaborate plan for material happiness, material enjoyment. So we should learn from this that Prahlad Maharaj, this I mean, devotees of Lord are fearless in the sense that they don't worry much about material possessions or any difficulties in life because they fully trust their full faith in Lord. Like Prahlad Maharaj is the example. He didn't worry. And because Krishna gives that example, Krishna gives that in the Bhagavad Gita, that assurance. Can anyone say that shloka? Which shloka? Krishna gives the assurance that he will protect his devotees from Bhagavad Gita.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Is it Sarvadharman Parityajya?
Okay, yes. Sarvatarmam parityaja mam ekam
Am
sharanam vraja.
Shanam Aham Tam Sarvapapyo Mokshashami Mashata.
There's one more
My devotee
in
never
which
perishes, declare it boldly, Arjuna.
yes. Declare it boldly, O Arjuna. What is the Sanskrit?
I forgot.
Yes,
Name
Namaras.
Bhakti Pranashyati.
Name Bhakta Pranashiti. Yes. Yes, Namaras Prabhu. You want to quote the entire shloka?
I've just there's another one, right? There are many actually. Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Which one?
One of my favorite verses from the Gita, in fact, the most favorite. 12,
Uh-huh.
6, 7.
Uh-huh.
तेषामहं समुद्धाता मृत्युसंसारसागर भवामि न चिरात् पार्थ मयि आवेशितो चेत्. I
Yes.
will not
So,
delay. भवामि न
mm,
चिरात्.
without delay, yes. And there is one more I want to show in this shloka. There's one more word, and you tell me one more word here. Mahatmana indriyarth hai. Naivo chetasa. Not in this one. I think it's the other one. Okay, that's fine. So Krishna has given this assurance that if you dedicate, and Prabhupada also said that just you have given so many lives to Maya, just give this life to me. And we don't have full life also. Most of us have even crossed half life. So we can be, I'm just talking about myself. I have to be more sincere in my devotional service. I have to be more sincere in my chanting. And then, Prabhupada gives this example of rod. Like rod, if you keep in the fire for long amount of time, the rod also turns red and it acquires the quality of. So that's how we being in the association of fire, we being association of chanting. The chanting means we are associating with Lord. We'll acquire those qualities. We'll acquire those qualities, and Krishna will make us a medium. Right now, we are not. I am not a medium at all. Krishna will make us a medium through which he will claim more and more, like Gurudev says, take take all the fallen soul, take all the conditioned souls back home, back to Godhead. In his Premadhani, he has included all this. That is because he has become a medium. That's why he has that realization. That's why he can even think of, let's take all the 14 planetary worlds with him. Has anyone heard him say that? Can raise your hand or give some. He says that many times in his Premadhvani when he does. Nobody has heard it? You have heard it? Yeah. What is the exact word he says? Take all the 14 lokas with us, ki jai, something of that's what he says. That's because
Take
he
all the
has
14 planetary systems with us back to Godhead. Ki jai.
jai, yes, because he is realized soul and he has that. Even one devotee is sufficient. Like Prahlad Maharaj also says in his prayers that let me suffer and let all this go, all of them go. So I have already exceeded my time. If you have anyone has any corrections, any feedback, any questions, we can try to discuss. If not, we'll move to the next segment. Thank you so much. Please pardon me for my um, incorrect statements or anything I've made. Yes, Kanu Priya Mataji.
Hey Krishna, Ramji. Ramji, I had one question.
Yes.
In that criteria that we were discussing about Kirtanam and Sakhyam, I just had this one. I just wanted to know where would Sudama come in
Hmm.
Sakhyam?
Sakyam, yeah, because he was
Okay.
friend. I think so. He'll come in Sakyam.
Okay. Thank you, Ramji.
Yeah. Anyone else has anything? Yes, now Kishore Prabhu.
Prabhuji, first one question and then I can share if you permit me. My
Yes,
question is
yes.
that Prabhuji, where does the prasada meeting comes in Navveda Bhakti?
Hmm. Pravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Navvidha is separate, I think, from it's more of serving, but Kirtanam is through tongue. I'm not sure where it will fall. If anyone knows, they can tell where with Prasadam will feel. Yeah, Namras Prabhu.
It's both Kirtanam and Archanam because we say na say Namrita Pao Radha Krishna Gungao. So the purpose
Yes,
of having prasadam is to invigorate the body for not sense pleasure, but to you know sing the glories of
Kirtanam.
Radha
Yeah,
Krishna,
yeah,
not to
makes
have
sense.
prasadam and sleep. And it's archanam also because the bhoga is offered to the deity. So when you honor prasadam, it's archanam.
Yes, that Archanam, I think. Yes, yes, good.
Can you repeat that, Arjuna man?
Both archanam and
Kirtanam.
kirtanam.
How is Prasadam Kirtanam?
It's for the purpose of doing kirtanam, right? When we are saying prasadam prayers, so it's vandanam also.
Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, Mahaprasada Govinda, yeah.
In that sense, it's smaranam also.
Smaranam also.
because
Shranam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. Yes.
because you're having and then you're remembering with these morsel you are saying Jai Gaurnatai. That's really having prasadam as prasadam.
Yeah, this process, this serving prashadam and all that, anything that we do in Krishna consciousness, it has the potency to purify. We shouldn't do any of these things as task. Generally, what happens with while working in this material world, we try to do things. Everything is task. Like in office also, this is a task. Task 1, 2, 3, 4. Bhakti shouldn't be a task. Even closing the curtain of the temple or curtain of the altar, if you do that with pure intention, when you close, you have that feeling, my Lord, I will not be able to see you for some time. And when you offer, if you do that with heart, it has the potency to purify you and further increase the love of Lord in your heart. Like that, we had gone to Alarnath in West Bengal, where the Brahman kid was offering to Lord with so much purity. Lord started accepting the prasadam and he was bewildered. He was like, I am giving you daily and you're eating. What will I eat if you're then the Brahman um, when the Brahmana returns and he sees the Lord taking kheer, he immediately says, if you start eating, and what will happen to us? Then the Lord's hand gets burned. So that's why Ross reciprocal, right? He's reciprocal. Uh, one funny incident that happened few years, not few, I mean like 25 years ago. This from Chowpatty temple. And at that time, there was some phenomena that was happening. I'm not sure how many of you know, This happened in late 1990s, I can say that, because I personally went to the deity of Ganpati was accepting milk or water. Uh, and I remember I came from school and there was this news. So my mother told me that, Ganpati is drinking milk. Why don't you go to the nearby temple and offer him some milk? And I right away went, took some milk, and then took it in the spoons, and then put it in on the, uh, not near Ganpati, and it really, he drank it. It was nothing. I saw it from my eyes. He was drinking milk. And then this came to Chopper. I mean, how many of you have done this? Has anyone done it? Or you know this? Yes, Rajat Prabhu? Yeah. Yeah, no, Kishore Prabhu. Yes. So this happened. And then they were seeing in Chowpatty temple outside, there is a small uh, deity of Ganpati. So then brahmacharis also thought, we will also offer to Ganpati. And then they started offering to, they put a stool and then they all climbed up, and then they were offering milk to Ganpati there in the Chowpatty temple. And then Radhanath Maharaj came and he was seeing what this circus is, what is happening here. He said, no, they are offering milk. Ganpati is drinking milk. And then he said, do you think when we are offering, so don't you think he's accepting, Lord is accepting what all offering you are doing? Then he gave a, next day he gave a big class on offering, how Krishna accepts through his eyes. So the point I'm trying to tell here is anything we offer with love and devotion, 926, right? Krishna accepts it, but it has to be with love and devotion. And that's why we shouldn't make bhakti a mechanical process. We have to be very careful daily. Chanting 16 rounds shouldn't be mechanical. It has to be something that has to be a task on your list. No, it has to be your survival. It is the most important thing in your day. It is the most important thing in your life. That is your ticket too. That is your visa. I mean, people do all sorts of things to go to United States. The visa now, that so much so that, see, Trump had to put a visa ban or what, visa fee of almost 1 crore. So many Indians are going there. So he had to put that. Stop coming to my country, and this is the fee if you want to come, 1 crore. Give me this and then you can come. And what is our fee to go to Goloka? Nothing. I mean, someone will, that's why we feel it's cheap. Why go to? They're not taking. That's why I was saying, right? Krishna consciousness is so simple, so easy. People might think, no, it's not the one. Like if you go to some panditji or pujari and ask him, astrologer or something, he says, oh, on the Amavasya night, go to the banyan tree and offer these 2 lemons and then tie a red bag there and then put that into the nearby well after 14 days and then put a banana here. Oh, you think, oh, this might work. So much, so complex thing, it might work. Offer bananas to this every Thursday, that. Then we think that's how it is. But Krishna consciousness is simple and it works. Chant Hare Krishna, take Krishna Prasad, like Gurudev says, chanting, dancing, feasting. That's the way. That's how it's. But it is simple. That means there's a trick, there's a catch. Catch is you have to do it with your heart. You have to give, it is not a task. Simple in the beginning, but as you get progress when you start getting serious into Krishna, Maya starts getting serious into you. And then it feels like, oh, this is too simple. I got this. I can do it. No, you have to be consistent. You have to still bring back your mind. Uh, Every time mind goes away while chanting, you have to bring it back. I mean, one question. If I have a bucket to fill the water, and that's a 10-liter bucket. If I keep it under a tap and tap is giving water like 1 liter in a minute, then how much time it will take for the bucket to fill? So 10-liter bucket, tap is giving water 1 minute a liter. How much time it will take for the bucket to fill? Yes, Namras Prabhu.
10 minutes.
10 minutes, yes. Ideally, it should take 10 minutes. Any other answer? Should take 10 minutes ideally, but what if the bucket is kept upside down? Even if it takes 10 million years, it will not get filled. Similarly, upside down is we having our consciousness not aligned properly. Then the mantra is there, DTs are there, everything is there, but it will never get. Then you'll say, why am I not getting results? You'll get results when you do it the right way. And how to chant the name of Lord? What's the mood? Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnuna, amanina manadena, kirtaniya sadahari. One should be more humble than the blade of grass, more tolerant than tree. So humility should be there, and one should try to avoid oneself of the 10 offenses. They pull you down like anything. Sin is different and offense is different. Sin is something that can go away. You do something to get rid of sins, it can go away. Offense is something, there's no rollback mechanism for that. I mean, the rollback is there, but it's very tricky, very difficult. The rollback mechanism is not there for offense. Offenseless chanting, and first offense is no. What's the 11th offense? Can anyone say what's the 11th offense we say? Yes.
Yeah,
No.
can I say it in Hindi because we say it in Hindi in पता है एक बार.
Yeah, please.
भगवान नाम का जप करते समय पूर्ण रूप से सावधान न रहना भी अपराध है.
Savdhan Narayana, yes. To not be attentive, inattentive chanting is an offense. That's why we cannot progress. That's why you have to be a good conductor. Right now, I am a bad conductor, but I can be a good conductor. Conductor means the mercy, the earlier example I gave, that the flow of mercy is there right on top of my head, but I am not able to tap onto it because I'm a bad conductor. Wood is a bad conductor of electricity. Iron is a good conductor of electricity. Wood to iron, there is the process to transform is by attentive chanting, by glorifying the Lord. So these are some tips that you can use. Chant early in the morning and try to bathe and chant. Keep mobile away. Do no distractions. Keep a fixed time. So what happens is that when you do chanting on a fixed time, you achieve Nam Siddhi. And once you achieve Nam Siddhi, that means you get the potency to do execute the devotional service also. And so this is one type of kirtan. The other type of kirtanam is glorifying the Lord. This also you should do. You should daily read Srila Prabhupada's books. And whatever you are reading, you can hear its corresponding classes from prabhupadwani.org and prepare notes. read, hear Srila Gurudev's classes, 30 minutes at least. You should read, hear Srila Prabhupada, 30 minutes Srila Gurudev. You should read 20, 30 minutes. You should read daily and then prepare notes. And then you can have a call, or you should, nearby friends or any close relatives who are a bit pious and who want to learn. There are always some people. Have a call with them, like 15 minutes call daily. Speak about whatever you have, because when you speaking for 15 minutes, whatever you have done for 2 hours, that is sufficient. And Prabhupada says anyone can do preach Krishna consciousness. Amar agya haya taro edesh, jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh. So build this practice of having a call and running the call at least for 15 minutes with your near and dear ones, so that they also get benefited, you get the benefited most. Like Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said, if no one comes, preach to the four walls. If no one comes, joins the call, you still go on, give the class. And this happened. Like Prabhupada, when he started ISKCON in the initial days, 1965, he used to write diaries that today I did this. In one of the days, he wrote, today there was a class, no one came, but I still gave the class. He gave the class because the Guru said, preach to the four walls. So he did that. So these are some practical tips. You can do it. You can chant the name, memorize some shloka. When you go to temple, speak to Lord, or you can sing those shlokas to Lord. He will be happy. You will be happy. Everyone is happy. I am way over my time. Hare Krishna. Anyone? Anything? Or we can move to next section. Yes, now Kishore Prabhu.
Prabhuji, when you shared that picture of 9 gates, and
Mhm.
you shared that by Kirtanam we can get Krishna Prem, so I got reminded of 2 verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita. May I share
Yes.
from?
Yeah. You wanted to share something. Yes, please. Go ahead.
Yes, Prabhu. I forgot the number of the verse, but they go as follows.
Uh-huh.
भजनेर मध्ये श्रेष्ठ नव विदा भक्ति कृष्ण
Mm.
प्रेम कृष्ण दीते धरे महाशक्ति तार मध्ये सर्वश्रेष्ठ नाम संकीर्तन निरपराध नाम लेते पावे प्रेम धन.
Pramadhan.
Thank you for
Very
reminding me,
nice. Perfect,
because I have
perfect
something, I am
verse.
doing something which can give me Krishna prem.
Uh,
I am doing something which can give me Krishna prem, but still I am not getting. So what I am doing? Thank you for reminding me that.
Thank you now, Kishore Prabhu. Over to you, Nandaraj Prabhu. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tolerating me. I hope I've made you all sleep nicely now for the last 1 hour. Hare Krishna. Nandaraj Prabhu, you there?
Hi Krishna, Prajeet, and Atnam. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
Nandar.
Prajeet, for the wonderful class.
Thank
Um,
you.
so is there any questions or any comments or any add-ons if anyone wants to do? Okay. So,
I made them sleep all nicely, Mataji.
no, Prajeet, definitely not. Your class was wonderful,
That's the
actually.
art. That's the siddhi I've got.
Okay,
मेरे
so
प्रभु क्लास आपने वो जीव जागो कर दिया.
yes, thank you, Dhanyawad. So now we move on to our chapter reading. So I shared the chapter. Can anyone share the screen? I shared
I
the
can
chapter in the
share.
group.
Yeah, share.
Okay, thank you. For that. Also, if anyone wants to read, Does any devotee wants to read?
Okay, I will read.
Okay, sure.
Or Nava Kishore wants to read. Whose hand is up? Is that Nava Kishore or Namras?
I didn't saw any hand raised,
Okay.
but someone did right now. And then please don't
Have
be
a
shy
name.
and
I'm not
please
sure
share.
if that's okay.
Sorry.
Vrindavani. Yes, who's
Avani.
Mataji? Vrindavani Mataji. You can read. Vrindavani Mataji, we are not able to hear you.
Hi, Krishna. Mataji, you want to read? I guess.
Yeah, she's unmuted, but she's not able to. Are you speaking,
Right,
Mataji?
right.
We are not able to hear you, Vrindavani.
Okay, meanwhile, Rajat Prabhu can start the reading. And then Vrindavani Mataji, whenever your system get uh, rooted with our system, so then please let us know.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Volume Volume 3, Chapter 42. Hare Krishnas Make It Big Time by Indradhyumna Swami, July 2nd to 11, 2001. Kolob Kolob Razeg is one of the principal beach resorts along the Baltic Sea coast. Its fine white sandy beaches and quaint port attract hundreds of thousands of Polish tourists each summer. Many German tourists also come to Kolobzreg, partly because vacations are cheaper there than in Germany, and partly because many German families trace their history back to the region. Kolobrzeg was a German city before World War II. It was called Kolen then. There are many beautiful German buildings from the 19th century in the town and surrounding area. I have always had my eye on Kolobrezeg as an ideal place for a festival because it attracts the Polish upper class. Numerous wealthy, famous, and important people take their vacations there, and the resort is the site of many big events during the summer. But it has always been difficult for us to get the town council's cooperation for a festival. 10 years ago, when we rented indoor halls and held small programs consisting of bhajans, lectures, and short plays, the Kolobruzeg officials would give us an obscure hall on the edge of town. Once another devotee and I were exploring the idea of doing an outside festival there. We went to the broad walk. Uh, we went to the broad walk that ran along the main beach and found a beautiful plaza with thousands of people milling about, enjoying the cafes and restaurants. As we stood appreciating how the plaza, the very heart of Korobzreg, would be the perfect place for a festival of India, two policemen approached us and asked what we are doing. When we told them that we are thinking about doing a festival program on the plaza, they laughed. One of them said, "You will never get permission to do a festival here. Stop dreaming and move on." In 1995, when we started doing big outdoor festivals along the coast, the authorities of Kolobrzeг gave us a small outdoor amphitheater far from the beach area and the tourists. The next year, they refused to give us any facility at all. Last year, they gave us an abandoned parking lot. Each summer on Harinam, we'd pass through that plaza on the broad walk, and I would think, this is the place I want. Then I would remember the policeman's words, stop dreaming and move on. This year, however, Krishna had a different plan for Kolobruzek. While traveling on the coast, organizing the summer festivals, Nandini and Radha Sakhi Vrinda had persuaded the newly elected deputy mayor of Kolobruzek to allow us to do the festival on the plaza twice in July and to provide us with all necessary facilities. When Nandini phoned me from his office and told me the incredible news, I couldn't believe my ears. My dream had finally come true. I took it as a small miracle. Last week, a gentleman who had recently taken an interest in Krishna consciousness and is reading my diary wrote to say that he is amazed how our festival tour is always full of miraculous events. He humbly inquired how this is possible because nothing noteworthy had ever happened to him. I wrote back that if he remains faithful to the process of Krishna consciousness, many amazing things would unfold before his eyes, especially if he shares the process with others. I ended my letter by quoting a pious scientist. There are two ways to live your life. One is as though nothing is a miracle, the other is as though everything is a miracle. Albert Einstein. We held the first of the two festivals in Kolobrzeg on July 1st, the beginning of the summer holidays. Early in the morning, as thousands of cars poured into the city for vacation, we were busy setting up our festival on the plaza. One of the devotees and I were actually on the plaza at 5 a.m. Well before anyone else had arrived, even our own festival devotees. We wanted to make sure that nothing went wrong. As we stood there in the dark, protecting our spot, we were startled when we saw two big trucks approach the plaza. The deputy mayor had warned the deputy just- the deputy the deputy mayor had warned us that beer companies often set up on the plaza at night and sell beer to people in the morning before being removed by the police. As the trucks came closer, we saw them more clearly and laughed at ourselves. They were only garbage trucks coming to collect the bins on the square. In the night, imagining some fear, how easy is a bush supposed a beer? A Midsummer's Night Dream, William Shakespeare. By mid morning, our large stage was up and our 20 colorful tents spread throughout the square and on the nearby sand. As thousands of people arrived at the beach, they were pleasantly surprised by the exotic array of cultural displayed, culture displayed and began to browse through the shops and visiting the restaurant. The stage program was scheduled for 4 p.m., and as the Harinam party went out to chant and distribute invitations along the 2-kilometer beach, I simply couldn't pull myself away from the spot on the plaza. I had waited years for this opportunity and wanted to ensure that everything went smoothly. Throughout the day, people came and inquired about the program. By 9 p.m., the plaza was packed. Many of the people in attendance had left the beach early and gone home to change in time for the festival. I sat riveted, watching each and every soul as they came on the plaza to receive Lord Chaitanya's mercy. My bliss knew no bounds. When one man, not noticing me sitting with another devotee, passed, and seeing the grand festival stopped and exclaimed, "So the Hare Krishna finally made it big time." When the opening dance began, the crowd surged forward to see the 12 young Indian dancers from South Africa. Dressed in colorful outfits, they mesmerized their audience with their beautiful performance. They received long applause as they left the stage. As I walked around the festival ground making sure that everything was going well, a mother and her teenage daughter approached me. I felt uncomfortable as the young girl stared at me as if I were a demigod. She said, "Maharaj, do you remember me?" "I'm sorry, no, but I hope you will understand. I meet so many people every day." With my reply, she became upset and turned to her mother, who said, "This is my daughter, Premanandi. She came to your festival 10 years ago when she was 9, and you told her friends and her stories about Krishna. When they asked for spiritual names, you gave my daughter the name Premanandi, which she has recalled herself since. She has been chanting Hare Krishna every day since she met you, and in the past 2 years had read all the books of your movement. She owes her good fortune to you and was hoping so much you would remember her." After hearing after hearing what you have told me, there is no way I can forget you now. Let's go to the restaurant and talk some more about Krishna. As the afternoon went on, I kept my eye on the program, knowing that at such big events with so many people attending, anything can go wrong at any moment. When things go well at our festivals, most of our devotees relax. But I often remember Napoleon's words after returning to France from his invasion of Russia. Alone on a dog sled, his army defeated, he said, "From the sublime to the ridiculous in one moment." A small incident did happen, but by Krishna's mercy, nothing came of it. As it was getting dark, I went behind the stage to check on the generator that was powering our sound system. I went behind the stage quickly, and my bodyguard, Vaikuntapati Das, didn't see me go. As I was alone checking the controls, I noticed a large man watching me. As I saw that he was as I saw that he was smiling, I didn't think anything of it. But as minutes went by and he didn't move, I became uneasy and turned around. No longer smiling, but looking grim, he walked up to me and said in slow English, "You are American, aren't you?" Being suspicious, I stepped back without replying. "We know who you are. You are the Guru, and you have come to steal our children. You are a very bad man, and we will kill you." Stepping even further back, I quickly checked to see if he was carrying a weapon. He made a gesture like a rope being tied around his neck and said, "And when we get you, we will hang you by the neck until you are dead." Unknown to either of us, my servant Dhruvadas was only meters away filming the incident from the back of the stage. Seeing what was happening, he managed to alert Vaikuntapati while continuing to operate the camera. When the man suddenly looked around and saw Dhruva filming and Vaikuntapati coming around the corner, he ran away. "Who was he, Maharaj?" Vaikuntapati said. "I'm not sure," I said, "but he threatened to kill me. What should we do?" Vaikuntapati was concerned. "What can we do?" I asked. Looking out at the crowd, I continued. "There are many people who love us here and some who hate us. Sometimes it's hard to know who's who. We have to depend on Krishna. Rakhe Krishna mare Krishna rakhe ke. If Lord Krishna protects a person, who can kill him? And if Krishna desires to kill someone, who can protect him?" Later that evening, when Dhruva replayed the video, the man's threat to me were audible. I told Dhruva to keep the tape as possible evidence should the man ever try to make good his threat. I suppose if that happened, this diary would come to its natural conclusion. The final chapter, an epithet written by a loving disciple or a well wishing friend. Later in the evening, I led the last Kirtan on the stage with 40 devotees just before Sri Prahlad and his Village of Peace band appeared. It's always my favorite moment of the festival, as it's the time that the crowd is usually at its biggest. I sometimes tell the sound technician to turn up the volume up so that the holy name will penetrate the hearts of all the fortunate souls before the stage. And before we begin, I always mention to the children that I will give you flower garland to the child who dances the nicest during the kirtan. Each time, this inspires a large group of children to dance excitedly in front of the stage to compete for the garland. That evening, there must have been more than 50 children dancing, some of them chanting too. As the kirtan went on, they would look up at me with pleading smiles, begging for the garland. Because the crowd was so large, I kept the kirtan going for 45 minutes. When it finished, all the children rushed forward, hoping to be the one to receive the garland. I had noticed a number of enthusiastic kids, but one 14-year-old boy in particular caught my attention. He was mentally retarded, apparently having Down's syndrome. Actually, I have been watching him throughout the festival. He was always in front of the stage and he appeared to be enjoying everything, especially the chanting and dancing. Because of his mental handicap, because of his mental handicap, the other children shied away from him. But this did not seem to deter him from enjoying Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Therefore, I chose him to receive the garland on stage. When he appeared, when he appeared, a hush came over the audience. But he was so thrilled he could hardly contain himself. He waved to the crowd, and the crowd gave him a huge round of applause. When he blew them kisses, the applause increased. As he thanked him publicly for his enthusiasm, his chest swelled, and when I gave him the garland, he beamed. As he started to leave, I put out my hand to thank him, and he gave me a big hug. Looking towards the audience, I could see people crying. Afterwards, many people approached me and thanked me for encouraging the boy. One man said, I used to think you people were a dangerous sect, but the kindness you showed that retarded boy convinced me otherwise. Srila Prabhupada, I pray that you will forever engage me in this uh, service of helping you deliver the fallen conditioned souls. I cannot imagine life without these festivals of love and bliss. Should the festivals ever stop, my life will cease with them. For life without experiencing and sharing the mercy of Lord Chaitanya would not be worth living. Having experienced the association of Lord Chaitanya through these festivals, separation from him would be unbearable. The fortunate town of Navadvipa remains on the earth. The seashore of Jagannath Puri remains. The holy names of Lord Krishna remain. But alas, alas, I do not see anywhere the kind of festival of pure love for Lord Hari as before. O Lord Chaitanya, O ocean of mercy, will I ever see your transcendental glory again? Sri Chaitanya Chandramrita, text 140. Hare Krishna.
Jai.
Hi, Krishna. Thank you so much, Rajat Pradeep, for reading it so wonderfully. Um, so I choose this chapter as God Purnima is coming. So a little reflection on that side. Anyone wants to share their realizations or their reflections at this chapter?
So as Gurudev says, we have to share our good fortune with everyone, and he's so much. His heart is into sharing the Krishna consciousness with everyone that he says he becomes his life will cease. He says if these festivals are stopped or sharing is stopped. For that to continue, that is nothing but kirtanam, right? For that to happen, Shravanam has to be there. The one who has heard well can speak well. So we have to make sure we hear daily Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, and other speakers in ISKCON, and then we share that. So hearing is our like our diet, and preaching is like we are burning the calories, something of that sort. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you so much, Giridhari. Yes, indeed, Kavi. Without having that diet, we cannot actually share with others. If we ourselves are malnutrition, then our association will be the same, or will be um, spreading the same thing. So, yeah, thank you. Anyone else who wants to add or share their realization? No one? Okay, then we can wind up then. Thank you everyone for joining. Vanchakalpatarubhascha
Chakrapa
Kripasindhubhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nandakoti Vaishnavim Ki Jai Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai Shri Gurudev Ki Jai
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.